Good afternoon, everyone. We'll just give everyone a few moments to join before starting the webinar. Thanks, everyone, for hopping on today. We'll start in approximately 2 minutes, so thank you. While we do wait, I just want to point out one thing. So for everybody who is on the webinar here today, you can input questions into the chat. So feel free. Andrew has already, I've seen, put a question in place. So for any questions that do arise during the webinar, feel free to engage via the chat option at the bottom of your screen. With that, I think we can get started. So first off, welcome everyone to our spring edition of our new product release webinar. We're very excited to bring you some of the latest updates and innovations when it comes to our newest feature release, our new quality assurance module. First, just a quick piece of housekeeping. As everyone has likely seen, you're on mute for this session. And as I just mentioned, we are going to take some time near the end of the webinar to answer your questions. So feel free to drop them at any time in the chat window. We'll also have a quick poll for you to kind of vote on near the end of the session. And you can engage with both of those items at the bottom or the bottom right corner of your screen and in the windows below. So just before getting started, sharing a quick agenda and a quick introduction into what's going to come for our new product release webinar. So we've been hard at work over the past few months as we've launched our new Mero Control Center onto the market. Over that time, we've deployed our technology across hundreds of thousands of square feet in Canada and the United States, and we're continuing to learn from leading commercial cleaning executives such as yourselves. We've heard from you some of the problems in the industry, and the good news is we think we've built something to help janitorial companies win and retain more business in 2024. So a quick touch on all the topics that we'll be covering here today. Firstly, some of you may know us and have worked with us over the past couple of years, but some of you might have just heard of us more recently. So we'll give you a quick introduction and a background about Mero. Secondly, we'll address some of those problems that were aforementioned that the industry is currently facing. We'll then go into a live product tour and a demo, as well as touch on some of the use cases and examples of customers that have already deployed the Mero Control Center and some of their success stories. Next, we'll quickly touch on a few other new releases. And as mentioned, we'll leave some time for some questions and answers near the end of the webinar. So without further ado, let's welcome some of our speakers for the day. Both of your co-founders are present here today. Myself, on the business side of the business, I'll start with the introduction on Mero and some of the challenges from the market that we're facing. Then I'll hand it off to Cole to give the live demo and talk about some of the new features, as well as including the new cleaner metrics, our new quality assurance module, and more. And we'll both be available for the Q&A portion. And to jump into things, for those of you who do not know us, we call ourselves the Cleaning Control Center for Commercial Buildings. We call ourselves as we are the one place to help you see, validate, improve what your cleaning staff are doing across all of your sites. Our major differentiator is that we do not require any manual input, training, or costly mobile phones for your cleaning staff. Many of you have likely used QR code systems, barcoding systems, or app-based systems, and we've heard how challenging these can be. They're cost inefficient, they can be difficult to enforce, and at times they're even easily falsifiable. We find that Mero has changed that dynamic completely on its head. We look at ourselves as the easiest system on the market to use for cleaning staff. The demands on cleaning teams are higher than ever in 2024. And with the ease of use of Mero system, it's easier than ever to prove the quality of your services, to help your cleaning team stand out and help you win more business in 2024. And who is Mero, or who do we work with? Well, we're deployed in nearly 500 sites across North America, across millions of square feet, across office, retail, education, entertainment, and more. In the past 6 months alone, we've received overwhelmingly positive feedback from our customers that Mero is changing the way that they operate their cleaning business. And the power of that change is coming from the Mero Beacon. The Beacon is a wireless keychain that cleaning staff are equipped with that automatically validates their work via presence and time. We establish 3D geofences throughout the building in areas where cleaning occurs. There are time requirements input into our system for cleaners to spend in specific areas so that we know that these cleaning tasks occurred without a manual supervisor having to be in place. Again, this all comes with absolutely zero input from your cleaning staff, so they can focus on exactly what they're trained to do and what they're hired to do, which is focus on providing the best possible service. And from our many discussions with cleaning executives across the industry, we've noticed a few prevalent issues that are arising in the janitorial space. Firstly, it's harder than ever to price cleaning. Due to the dynamic occupancy nature of buildings in 2024, there's a never-ending pricing battle between cleaning providers and their clients. All of your clients, I'm sure, want lower costs, but costs have risen. So what's to give? Next is that the burden is actually on the cleaning provider to prove the value of their service. This can result in endless late-night reports and overworked management and operations teams. We've heard one story of ops managers staying up till midnight on a daily basis preparing manual reports by hand for the clients. And lastly, the existing methods that we've seen on the market to prove cleaning quality are unreliable. We have one story of a group of cleaners creating a WhatsApp group to share pictures of QR codes with one another so that they can check in even when they weren't on site. And so this all sort of begs the question, what if a solution existed to act as a 24/7 invisible supervisor for your site? That's where the Mero Control Center comes in. And we have 3 core key components, which we're happy to share with you here today. At the core of the system is our Validate module. This comprises the aforementioned Mero Beacon and the automated cleaning validation so you can prove the quality of your cleaning service without any manual entry for staff. Next is the Dispatch module. Many of you have known Mero for our supply and occupancy sensors, which are proprietary to us. We've added new features with additional twists so that we can support the dynamic occupancy ways of the future. And finally, revealing our inspection module where you can conduct quality assurance right in the Mero app. We've heard from you that random inspections simply aren't enough. With Mero system, you'll get exact cleaning locations prior to inspections occurring, saving supervisors time and improving their efficiency, allowing them to focus their inspections on areas where it's absolutely required. We've all been waiting for the product tour, so I'll hand it off here now for Cole to conduct the live demo of the new features of the Mero Control Center.
Thanks so much, Nathan. Welcome to the latest update of our Mero Control Center. Today, I'll be walking you through some of our most requested features designed to help you validate, dispatch, and inspect across your operations. Let's start off with our home page, which is your digital cleaning log. Thanks to Mero Beacon, you can see when every area was cleaned automatically without QR codes or manual app inputs. The cleaning log allows you to be proactive in noticing and tackling missed areas before they become complaints. Here, you can notice that the women's restroom was missed. With a single click, you can go into the specifics of that cleaner shift to understand more about why it might be missed and how you can address it with staff. Next, customers have asked about ways to see the performance of all your cleaners without needing to review logs or even go onto site. Let's talk about our Cleaning Insights feature. The new Cleaner Insights page highlights critical metrics like cleaning rates and even time your cleaners have spent in unscheduled locations. Notice that this cleaner here went to 6 unscheduled areas throughout their shift. I can click on it and see exactly the areas that the cleaner went through from a glance. I can also see times critical alerts like consumables were being refilled and areas that the cleaner did not visit. If I want to get even more detailed, I can go to our time log that sees an hour-by-hour summary of all actions that the cleaner performed while working. I can even see when the cleaner started and ended work to make sure it matches my timesheet. Again, this is done all automatically without any QR codes, apps, or manual input by the cleaner. Lastly, our shift view allows you to inspect any cleaner shift details, including the validation of tasks performed to APA or ISSA standards. This kind of granularity in reporting ensures that standards are met and you know the exact time in which areas were cleaned, with timestamps and validation details linked directly to scope of work tasks. Now I want to talk about our new quality control feature. We've heard from customers that doing an inspection is one thing, but how do you actually action the data that you receive from an inspection? That's why we've not only created an inspection tool within Mero, but tightly integrated it with validation and Mero Beacon. This means that I can go into a form and I can see an area that might have been not cleaned or up to expectations. So for example, here you can see that the trash removal wasn't completed. If I scroll down in the report, we can actually see who was assigned to that specific task and whether or not they were in the area. This means that you can quickly act to resolve inspection misses without juggling paper logs or switching between countless applications. Creating a new inspection is also incredibly intuitive. With a few clicks here, I can select an area and then go through either a custom or pre-built report, fill in my details on inspection, which I've already done here, and then hit submit. Mero also allows you to be more efficient in your inspections. So I can go back to the home page here and I can actually start an inspection right from the cleaning log. You can see again that the women's washroom was missed. And so by going here, I can actually perform an inspection on the women's washroom and be all around more efficient when I need to do my QC protocol. So I can really focus on the areas that I know weren't clean instead of going back and doing all areas regardless of whether they were cleaned or not. Next, I want to talk about our analytics view. This customizable dashboard allows you to generate reports that show the effectiveness of your cleaning operations. We have a pre-built report here, but let's say I have an important meeting with my customer and I want to highlight some key data points. I can go into the top right here and create a report. I can then pick and choose the data points that I want to show. Once I get the report the way I want, I can quickly save it and then export it to PDF for my meeting. In summary, our new homepage allows you to ensure every area is spotless. The quality control module facilitates easy follow-up and resolution of issues powered by validation and our Mero Beacon. And our analytics page allows you to demonstrate the quality of your cleaning program to your customers. We're rolling out these updates in limited beta now and expect a broader rollout in the coming weeks. Now, I'll hand it over to Nathan, who will share some stories from customers that have seen significant success with the Mero Control Center.
Thanks, Cole. As Cole mentions, there are a few success stories with the Control Center that we've realized over the past few months. The first story that I'd like to share is with Innovation Building Maintenance. Innovation is a multi-generational, family-owned cleaning business based in Toronto, Ontario. They clean sites across the Greater Toronto Area and work across a variety of verticals, including office. When Innovation first approached Mero, they were faced with a challenging unionized site that was experiencing multiple performance issues. Staff were frequently late, misperforming their duties, and overall the site was just difficult to manage for them. Mero implemented the cleaning validation solution, and within days, Mero highlighted some problem areas at the site and even individual staff that were causing issues for Innovation. Innovation was able to take these reports from Mero, showing some of this potentially negligent behavior, and within a few more days, were able to completely change the dynamic of the property and improve their client satisfaction. Today, Innovation has grown with Mero and implemented our dispatch solution. They're also on an upcoming beta for our inspection solution, and Innovation continues to leverage Mero as a competitive advantage for them in the cleaning market in Toronto. Our next use case comes with Ultrashine Building Maintenance. Ultrashine is an Alberta-based cleaning organization tasked with cleaning a variety of 24/7 operations, including casinos. In these sites, it can be difficult to maintain staff, especially in supervisor staff. Turnover is extremely high. Frequently, these sites utilize even university students for their supervision roles. When Mero was implemented, it allowed Ultrashine's management team to be able to manage the site remotely, acting as a virtual supervisor from anywhere. They could manage the building whether they were on the road, whether they were dropping in quickly, or even if they were in another location. This allowed them to maintain a high level of service and produce reports to show the client, which led them to renew contracts and further improve the client satisfaction. And Ultrashine has expanded Mero's solution across all of their casino operations in Calgary and Edmonton. And I'd love to share a quick quote here from Andrew, who is a vice president at Innovation Building Maintenance. According to Andrew, Mero was a game changer for them. The ability to highlight problem areas and areas where staff were underperforming with absolute certainty was a massive value add. It has allowed Innovation to maintain and grow contracts and grow into new markets. And if you haven't listened to this excerpt from our full video interview with Andrew, you can go to our website to find it, or we'll send it over to you via an email. And for those of you that are considering implementing Mero for the first time, we've put together a little cheat sheet of some ideal use cases that might be good fits for your first Mero site. Firstly, areas where client satisfaction is of a top priority. We're actually seeing more and more frequently properties requesting or having contractual requirements for proof of service, similar to what Mero provides. We're seeing this primarily in airports and university settings. Other areas that are good fits for Mero are high tenant experience locations like office and retail. Finally, areas with high fluctuations in occupancy also benefit significantly from Mero. These could be movie theaters, restaurants, golf clubs, and more. And as we discussed in the previous two use cases, sites that have known issues or problems with their cleaning staff are another key priority area to implement Mero. These could be areas of low performance, areas with remote sites where it might take supervisors or managers hours to drive to, locations that were just recently awarded so you could implement our system to build up your cleaning processes and standards, or an area of high turnover are all good fits for Mero system. And finally, more and more of our cleaning providers and partners are putting Mero into their new RFPs. Clients are increasingly prioritizing these tenders over others, and we're seeing increased win rates for cleaning companies featuring Mero as part of their RFPs. This also allows cleaning teams to enter into these new contracts with Mero system so that they can enforce a high level of cleaning quality from day one. And we'll be releasing a white paper on some of these top cleaning validation use cases soon, and it'll be distributed to all of you via email shortly. We have a few other key updates that I'm excited for you all to hear about as well today. Firstly, we've released what we call our light pricing tier, which enables the the payroll compliance feature. This is a check-in and check-out functionality that allows cleaners to check in and integrate right with your payroll system as they arrive onto site. It leverages Mero's API to help automatically validate exactly when cleaning staff arrives for their shift. We've heard an example of a site where cleaning staff are frequently tardy, or on the flip side, where they embark on a significant walk in order to start their shift, and we need to adhere to payroll compliance standards. Either of these instances would be a great fit for our light pricing tier, which, as I mentioned, integrates into your payroll system with zero additional work. Speaking of our API, we've also released a new version that supports your payroll and other workflows. This could be your in-house analytics systems, business intelligence tools, other sensors, and more. And finally, we're announcing some more updates to our Mero Hub 2.0. We're releasing a battery-powered version, which is currently in beta, and we're excited to announce a launch date for this battery-powered version very soon. This battery-powered version will allow for discrete installations so that you can either conceal the base station or provide cleaning validation in areas where that might not have previously been able to be done. And as we wrap up, we are the cleaning control center for commercial buildings. By integrating your cleaning proof of work, quality assurance, and dispatching, we manage all parts of a high-performing cleaning operation. If you have yet to launch a proof of concepts or your first site with Mero, we're always happy to help and find the right fit for you and your first client site. And as we go into the Q&A portion, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for coming here today. All the feedback that we've been generating from executives such as yourselves is critical for us to help develop this technology and help cleaning teams stand out and win more business. We're always looking to improve, so we'd love to get some feedback. You're welcome to leave some feedback in the questions, and we're also going to be announcing a quick poll here that should appear on your screens in a few moments. Please feel free to vote on the poll and submit the vote, and we'll announce some of the results. As the poll gets submitted and we see some of the results, I also want to encourage some questions to be left into the questions portion. So right next to the polls at the bottom right, you can see the questions and just hit the blue button to ask a new question. If anything has caught your eye, or if there's anything that you might want to ask a little bit more about, you're welcome to do that now. And without further kind of ado, we will move into the question and answers portion. So I actually have a couple of questions here for Cole that I wanted to ask that might be relevant for some of the other listeners here. So the first is, how has the onboarding process of the Mero Control Center been for cleaning staff in your experience?
Yeah, so this is really one of the biggest questions we get, and it is really easy. You can get started in under a week after signing. All we need is the type of building, the floor plan if you have it, as well as the square footage. And the actual Mero install happens in just a few hours. It's independent of any infrastructure that the building uses other than power. So as long as we have access to an outlet for our equipment, you'll be able to install in Mero in your buildings. So all in all, it's really easy to get started, and you'll start to receive data again within a week.
Great, thank you. And another top question that we've received is, what are some of the top features that cleaning teams are using today?
So the number one feature that cleaning teams use today right now is the cleaning timestamps feature. So being able to quickly see every location within your building and whether or not it's been cleaned. And then if it's been missed, the ability to drill into that particular cleaner shift to see the exact timestamps and to really identify what went wrong and why that particular area was missed. The other thing that a lot of folks are using is our analytics page to get a high-level overview of what's going on in the building. So if you have a meeting with your customer, let's say a quarter-end review, or the contract is coming up for renewal, that analytics page becomes very useful in having tangible metrics to show your customer to prove the quality of your cleaning program.
Great, thank you. And there's actually a couple of questions that I frequently get that I wanted to share with some of the attendees here today. And one of them that I frequently get is, how can cleaning teams actually utilize Mero in their RFPs? And so what we've traditionally seen customers do with Mero in their RFPs is offer Mero as a value add or as a differentiator. Most cleaning teams operating on a standard contract could use Mero to maybe improve their service quality or improve the efficiency of their operation. What we will continue to see in the future is more and more companies feature Mero as part of the contractual requirement to have a quality assurance or inspection software. Obviously, for all the benefits of that we were mentioned here today, with the quality assurance module, having the cleaning validation, it offers a significant benefit over what else is out there in the market in terms of inspection softwares and cleaning validation softwares. So we're looking forward to partnering with more cleaning companies on new bids, on new tenders, and helping them win some more of that business. So I'll shift here into some of the questions in the chat. So the first one here, George from Calgary. So he's asking, can you clarify if your task validation is only for daily tasks? For example, waste removal, sinks cleaned, washrooms, etc. How are some of these monthly tasks captured, such as stripping and waxing, deep scrubbing, partitions, and glass?
Yeah, so maybe I can jump in and answer that. So during the onboarding process, we also do collect the shift information and your scope of work. And that gets entered into the Mero system. We support every type of task available. So if you have say a bi-weekly, yearly, even twice a year, it will all be captured in the product. And how it's actually structured is it's a separate entity within the Mero platform. So you'll have, let's say, I'm a cleaner and I have both daily a task as well as like a biannually or biweekly or monthly task. And so what you'll be able to see is when those, say, monthly tasks are completed, it actually becomes a separate line item within the system. So you can see the tasks that I've done every day, and I can go into, say, my daily tasks for Tuesday. But then I can also go into the system and see, okay, I want to see my monthly tasks for the month of April, let's say. So it is completely separated, again, so that you're able to differentiate between what those daily tasks are and then what those, say, monthly or bi-weekly tasks are.
If there's any more questions, yeah, feel free to put them into the chat. George says thank you. So give everyone a couple seconds. If you want to ask any questions, you can feel free to ask them in the chat. Otherwise, we will be reaching out just to get some feedback on the webinar and other aspects of the new Mero system.
Sorry, Nathan, I've got one from David here. It says, my team and I are not on our desks at most of the day. Is the Mero tool accessible via phone or mobile? Yeah. So sorry, maybe I can answer that quickly. So yes, everything that I've shown you today is actually accessible via your phone. And there's even an application you can install on your mobile device so that you can do things like perform inspections, check up on what your cleaners are doing. You can even go into shifts and modify. So let's say if a cleaner, you need to get in a temporary worker for a day, you're able to quickly change that on your mobile device. So the whole application is mobile friendly.
So there's another question here. David says, thanks. That's huge for my cleaning managers. Okay. Thank you, David. Okay, I think we will look to, oh, there's one more question here. From Keela, she says, I understand the device tracks where and how long cleaner spent in places, but how does it ensure quality and that the cleaner did what they were supposed to do in that area? Cole, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. So this is where our QC and inspections module really comes into play. So what we start with is, again, when did the cleaner start their shift? So when did they come into the building? And then how long in every particular area that they've spent to the scope of work. So, for example, ISSA cleaning standards dictate that maybe a mopping task takes a certain amount of time depending on the square footage. So then we compare that time, let's say it's 20 minutes, with the time that the cleaner actually spent in that area. So that's the first level of validation that we can do. The second level is, again, through that inspection that you perform, and we collect data on that, whether an area was sufficiently cleaned or insufficient or whatever rating system you use, and we tie that back to the validation. So we're really a step above other inspection softwares and other ways of validating your cleaning, where the cleaner does not have to do any input. There's no back of the log or back of the restroom logs that they need to fill out, or QR codes or apps they need to worry about. And we're able to automatically give you that information when you do an inspection, so that you're sure that your cleaner actually went there for the appropriate amount of time, and you have that additional data point of inspection, all to, again, work together to make sure that the cleaner actually did what is in your scope of work.
Give a couple more moments here. If there's any last questions that anybody wants to send in the chat, please feel free. While everyone is just kind of loading in their last questions, I'll take a moment here to say that we're looking to do these webinars once every 3 to 4 months. As we release new features, we'll be doing a similar format, sharing updates and use cases of customers, sharing new product releases, of course, and overall just looking to engage with our customers and engage with our prospective customers. So if you have any feedback for us, don't hesitate to reach out. Our contact info will be available, and you can do so right at the end of the webinar or at any time. So I don't see any more questions, so I think we can start to wrap up there. I'd like to thank everyone for coming and for attending and participating in our product release webinar today. We're excited to launch these features and have them in the hands of some of our customers. So as things continue to develop and we release these products to the wider market, we'll absolutely let each one of you know. So with that, we'd like to wrap things up. Thank you, everybody, again for coming, and we wish you the best and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much, everyone.